I was asked a little while ago by Orskey to do a video because they'd seen the one I'd done, which a couple of years ago we were involved in a motoring incident, and I went out and bought a dash cam because, look, this is what happened. Here it comes. Let's see it again. Because of this footage, we got a full settlement. No blame. We were lucky to get this footage from a building. We've now got a dash cam. To the right you can see the parking space we were aiming for. You see the police down there. You can see it's a real big mess. This was not a fun time. See the debris there? There's the traffic lights, and that's where we came from. It wasn't very far. He was really going somewhere when he hit us, but he claimed that he wasn't. And if we hadn't have had the camera footage, we would have been in a position of he said, we said, and nobody would have known any different. But because we had decent camera footage, everything worked out. That's what happened. Now, that particular guy claimed that we had pulled out of a parking space in front of him, and you can see it was all rubbish. But the only reason we didn't have a problem getting the claim through was because we had that video, which was from a building, which was actually the building we were going to visit. That's the way the cookie crumbles for him. He made a mistake and he got caught, and it cost him presumably quite a bit of time and no claims bonus. We got a 100% payout on what we done, and we had video to prove that what we had done. I decided then to get an Orskey Dash Cam, and I've been really, really pleased with it. Now, the thing about Orskey is, when we got that camera, that was fine and it worked great, and we've been using it ever since. And I bought another one for my other car, so we had 2 cars, and then we bought one for my daughter's car, so that was 3 Orskey cameras we had. We did have a problem with one of the rear cameras. Phoned up Orskey and they sent us a new one, just boom, just like that. They sent us a replacement camera. Wonderful service. I then got involved in driving around a community minibus, and first thing we needed was a dash cam, but we needed one because we needed to be able to see out the back, a long wheelbase transit. Now the trouble with that was that, of course, it was very long, and so you couldn't see out the back. So what we did was we ordered, and we had a problem with that insofar as the lead for the rear camera wasn't quite long enough. I phoned up Orskey and said, we've got a problem, the lead isn't long enough. And they said, oh, we'll send you a longer one, just like that. It arrived literally 2 days later. And we were really, really happy with that. So that meant that I could actually go driving the bus backwards without hitting things. And also, if anybody rammed the back of the bus, we knew what was going on. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. No problems with that at all. I've had this video up on my channel since the incident with the white car, and Orskey contacted me and said, would you like to have the opportunity to review one of our new ones? And this is it. This is the A12. I was really excited about this, so this is what I found. This is what I'm going to tell you. Yes, this is a sponsored video insofar as they sent it to me for free. No, it's not sponsored insofar as they haven't paid me, and I did this out of love for the product. What I'm going to tell you is true. It may not always exactly match with what Orskey would like me to tell you, but what I'm going to tell you is true, and we're going to see how we get on. I think you'll be impressed. I am so far. First things first, this is the box. Now it's fairly understated, but it's got good quality cling wrap on it. And let's have a look around here. It's got the British distributors details on it. Obviously, this is a British market camera, but it's got the CE and all the rest of it, so it would be applicable in other countries. You don't have to worry about that. And it says there, loop recording 4K, G sensor, and 170 degrees wide angle. Now we're looking, so having pulled all the cellophane shows the age. Having pulled all the shrink wrap off, that is just a tube. So you're looking at the cosmetic bit, and now we're into the actual box itself. The box is robust, and let's see what we got in here then. So we've got to fold it open it up that way. Oh look, not a lot of space in there. So we've got a Orskey thank you. I'll have to read that in a minute and tell you what that says. Right, well, we'll have a look at that now. What it says is A12 4K Dash Cam, and it's saying register within the first 30 days. And then it's saying if you've got any questions, please send it through the Amazon links. And then on the back it's got some tips on how to use the camera and what you're to expect from it. Let's have a look in here then. There's 2 sections. I guess you meant to stick your finger in that hole, but I won't bother in case it's not. All right, it wouldn't have worked. There was not much room in there, look. So we've got several bags in here, it looks like, and yeah, they're quite heavy. Oh, so that's a power outlet. That's for plugging into your car. And that looks like, yeah, that's the rear camera with its mounting kit. And a very long lead by the looks of it. And then we're looking down here, we've got, well, that's the mounting bracket. Oh, that's better than the ones, or different to the ones we had before, because it seems to be a little bit simpler. And what else have we got in here? Right, okay, so this is what they call a crowbar and some lugs, and also what looks like a SIM remover. Let's have a look what we've got in here. Now this is small, and let's see what it is. I'm guessing, seeing there's nothing else left in the box, this must be the camera itself. And it looks like it is. Yes, here we go. Slide it out of there. Not so easy to do with one hand. There we go. Right, okay, so QR code on the back and scratch protector at the front. It's neat. It looks similar to a GoPro type camera. And it's got a, well, there's a 2-inch screen on the rear. And right, let's have a look at this. Let's get, just so you can see how big or small this is. What I'll do is, that's a Google TV remote, and you can see it's, I mean, they're not exactly huge. And we'll measure it using, we'll go by a rule of thumb. There we go. 1, 2 and a bit across, 1 and a bit up. So yeah, about 1.5 by 2.5 inches is the size of the camera. And now let's see what else we've got here. Oh, right, here's the instruction manual. Right, I'll have a read of that and we'll carry on with this. Now looking on here, we've got AV plug there, USB-C there, nothing on the bottom, nothing on that side, and nothing, well, on that side we've got something. We'll have a look at that in a sec, and we'll see where we go. Right, this is all the bits laid out nicely, and you can see the various bits there, and that's the crowbar, and this is the lug. I thought this was quite interesting. This is a nice touch, so that you can put your cables neatly where there isn't any way to tuck it. They give you these little lugs which you like stick on the glass or whatever, stops the cable drooping. And this is for prizing the trim of your car so that you can tuck it where the roof lining is. And yes, that is a SIM removing tool, and that is a nice touch also. That's the TF card reader for plugging into your computer, USB 2. Looking back on the camera itself, let's see what we've got here. I've mounted the hanging bracket on it now, and that's right. We'll just switch it on. See, because there are batteries within it, but they don't actually run it. They're just there for backup and, you know, for this sort of thing. So it just shows that it is working, and it's a nice sharp picture. It's a very sharp picture actually. We're looking at this now. This is the edge. This is where you've got the reset and the TF. So the TF card goes in there. It is already pre-installed, and the reset is where you stick your little SIM card remover. They suggest a folded paper clip, but you don't need one of those, just a SIM card remover that they supply will do the job. Surprisingly enough, this actual camera system is very good, and if you didn't know what you was involved in, done dash cams before, you'll know that there's normally quite a lot of setting up to do, but with this one it didn't actually be a problem, because quite simply you use this app, and it's an all-inclusive thing. It sets the camera time and everything else. You can adjust the camera settings with it. Literally all you do is you just set up the Wi-Fi, which it tells you how to do with the little instruction booklet, and then connect this app, and then the app does everything else for you, and it's magic. If you follow the instructions properly, you will get the app installed in about 5 minutes, and when that happens, you then connect it to the camera and you're up and running. Installation time is literally a couple of minutes. All you got to do is plug in the power device into your car cigarette lighter, or whatever they want to call that jack nowadays, and you stick the camera up on the windscreen. The time consuming bit is putting the rear camera in. If you just want to do a quick one, you just plug it in and you're literally off in 35-40 seconds. If you want to put the rear camera in, then obviously you've got to run the wires around, and that takes a little bit of time. Now, the car that I'm showing you here was a hire car, and it took me 10 minutes in total to get a usable system. Looking at the front door, pointing at the door of the house we're living in at the moment. And this is what you can see out the back on the camera that I showed you. This was a bit of stuff that was just shot while I was setting it up. You can just see out on the balcony of where we're staying, a nice bit of clouds, just so you can see that it actually makes quite a good standalone camera if you would power it from USB. That's enough looking at clouds. Now let's see what it looks like when you're using it as a dash cam. A bit confused about this though. Yeah. This was recorded at 20 past 11 and you can see it's a small street and there are only street lights on one side and the picture quality is fantastic under the headlights. And look at the one in the top right hand corner. That's a simulation of what you see on the screen when you're actually using the dash cam if you've got the screen on. And you can see there picture quality is superb, and also you heard at the beginning of the clip there the audio from inside the car, so that's quite reasonable as well. Right, we'll just run through quickly the stuff from the Amazon website, and you can see here there's lots of interesting information on there, but too much for me to go on here because it's not the whole point of this video. This video is to show you how good it is and how easy it is to use. And if you want the full details, then you can always fast forward, rewind and pause on the appropriate bit on here. That's the best thing to do. My review on this is that it's absolutely fantastic. For the money, it's really good, really good. And at the end of the day, you've got something that's going to actually possibly save you a lot of money. I mean, I hope you never need to use it in anger as such. But if you do, you know that you've got one of the best things here with the G-Shock, so it records, it locks the recordings when you actually if you get into a situation where there's a problem. And the whole system, it's very, very well made. And I have no doubt that Orskey will support you if you have any problems. So there you go. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, maybe I'd like to like and subscribe. If you didn't, maybe I'd like to like and subscribe. Anyway, you never know. You might get a better one next time. I hope this bit of use to you. If you found it of use, then great. If you didn't, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments because I'm always happy to answer questions. And you never know, I might have missed something, in which case, yeah, happy to answer, not a problem. Thank you very much. Catch you another time. Bye-bye.